is called all distortion, all the time, for your bodies. Someone plug my lungs back into the guitar amps. More distortion, ladies. All distortion all the time. Thank you, air roadies. Aren't you sick of being appraised wholesale? Aren't you sick of playing cellos with ex-lovers' bones? I am. Aren't you weary? Don't you want to... I was gonna fucking breakdance, and I forgot to. And it was really loud. And I felt like dancing more than reading this poem. So instead I'm gonna read this poem real mellow, and I'll let you imagine the beat. So there I was, in the marijuana tone of my voice, asking you, aren't you weary from playing cellos with ex-lovers' bones? I want a piano that will not warp outdoors when the rain demands slow dancing. I want to know how to sashay on a Saturday with a mouth full of chicken satay with Latter-day Saints. I want to skew the difference between Tai Chi and Chai Tea so I can drink a glass of your graceful force. I want to lick my hands after I touch someone that just got razzle-dazzled. That's magic. I want birds to come close enough to hear them speak aviation Spanish. I want your record collection in my throat and my thumb in the ass of the all-night jukebox. I want my shoulder blades mounted in the Museum of Knives. I want church in a bar. I want you to pass out in that bar and you wake up and just say amen. Amen! I want a skeleton nightlight in my closet. Gay, I want your wow in my now. So we become wow. I want the light in your attic to shine down to where the sidewalk ends. I want free shit to not cost anything. I want you to feel like a disco ball of fish hooks so you can hang on my words and I could spin in your small miracles of light. I want my kitchen to be a Brazilian dance floor with a pot of your sweat in the oven, with a fridge stocked with butt lust. I want new sheets. I'm gonna need them now. I want your silver muscles cut into a quilt. Let me sleep under your strength. I want more pony lamps. No reason. I want to sing this into all tailpipes until I feel exhausted. I want to smell everything. I want to remember that the sky is so gorgeously large. I feel stranded beneath it. And when I gasp, I only want to gasp for more. Here we go. I'm freestyling. How did I become a damn cartoon? It sounded like a good idea at the time. Helping blind kids on Easter looks good on paper. My buddy Buzzy said to me, we're doing this benefit day for the Blind Children's Center of Orange County. We need someone to be the bunny. You like kids. You seem kind of motherly. It's for a good cause. Why not give it a shot? If someone ever asks you to be in a bunny suit for blind children, I recommend that you don't do it. Someone is going to get hurt, and it will be a small Mexican child. I should have realized that most of these kids would be picnicking outdoors with food smashed all over their blind faces. Luckily, Easter this year fell on a smoldering weekend, and I was the dope cooking in the furry suit. I was so soaked in sweat, I thought my underwear was crying. I could hardly... No, you know what it's like. We've all flown Southwest. I could hardly see out the huge rabbit head. Are huge heads still funny to people? Are bobbleheads fucking flying off the shelves? Does anyone say, look, it's funny because it has a big head, James? No. But here I am in 90-degree heat with a basket full of eggs, in a suit made of carpet and lead, trying to trick kids who have never seen a rabbit into thinking I am a rabbit that is as tall as a human and has bad taste in multicolored vests. If I was a real rabbit this big, I'm sure I'd be as timid as most rabbits, but my shit would be more outstanding and duplicitous. And why would I wear a vest with no pants to a child's party? I want to send a letter to Winnie the Pooh. At the park, I struggled to leave my friend's VW Bug. Finally, we walked holding hands to the picnic tables full of kids. The Easter Bunny is supposed to be a dude, and I doubt he holds hands with anyone in his sad egg-shaped home. Buzz yelled out, "Hey everybody, the Easter Bunny is here!" And not a peep. Buzzy whispered to me, "Oh man, we got deaf and blind kids. You're gonna have to really turn it up a notch." A woman walked up to Buzzy and said, "Hey Buzz, thank you guys so much for coming. This means a lot to us. These group of kids have been blind since birth. You have to explain to them what an Easter Bunny actually is, and I'm sure they're gonna love you." Buzzy confidently nodded to her. "I think it would be better if the Easter Bunny explained himself to the kids, one-on-one." I spun my constantly erect ears towards him. He just motioned with his elbow for me to go to the kids who were snacking on hot dogs and Coke. I stood there for about 30 seconds looking back at him, unsure of how I got in this position, and I began seriously pondering what cities I could move to so I could get some decent friends who think that torture is something you reserve for your enemies. This is true. This is all true. I tried to wipe the sweat from my forehead, but actually ended up wiping the rabbit's furry head with my glove. I cleared my throat. "Hey kids, my name is the Easter Bunny." One kid lifted his head up towards me but did not look at me. "Your name is the Easter Bunny?" "What? Yes. I am the Easter Bunny, and my name is the Easter Bunny. I am a rabbit who can talk. It is Easter, so I brought you all some eggs. Some are painted. Some have toys or sweets inside the eggs. And those eggs I squatted and gave birth to." Buzzy elbowed me on that one. He then guided me to a bench, gathered the unamused children around me. I don't know how well they could hear me in that muffled suit. "Is this a jacket? This feels like a jacket or a rug for the bathroom," said one of the 8-year-olds as he ran his hands down the front of my costume. "Are you here because of Jesus?" said a smaller kid. "Aren't we all?" An older kid piped up, "No, I'm not here because of Jesus. I'm here because of my mommy and daddy. They made me. No, Jesus didn't make me. Jesus only saved me from hell." "I know. Would you like an egg with a jelly bean in it?" Now all these hands are all over me as one of my paws instinctually moved to protect my breast. I felt like Braille. I felt like Bugs Bunny at a Mustang ranch for pedophiles. They were asking questions one on top of the other, weren't waiting for me to respond. "Why are you wearing that? Can I have more candy? Are you supposed to be a dog or a monster?" I interrupted to get their hands off of me. "Hey, you guys want to play helicopter? Follow the sound of my voice." I hopped off towards an open area, wondering if any of these kids actually wanted to play in the heat. 3 kids tried to run and follow me. One ran into a metal garbage can, which always sounds worse than it feels. One girl got clotheslined by a badminton net, and one lone 6-year-old Mexican kid named Miguel made it to me. He stuck his arms out and just put one hand on me, just to make sure I wasn't going away. As volunteers tended to the injured, I asked the kid, "Would you mind if I took off my headpiece just for a little bit? Would that freak you out? I'm really burning up in here." "What headpiece?" said Miguel. "Well, I'm wearing this rabbit costume and I have this mask on and it sucks. I don't think anyone cares. I think I'm actually a rabbit. I don't think anyone knows what Easter has to do with bunnies and plastic eggs or the Catholic Church and druids. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd at least like to take off the mask for a bit. I'm seriously cooking in this bitch." The kid looked off towards the street. "Sure, I don't care. I just want someone to play with. We can be friends today." I grabbed the sweet little bastard's hands with my paws and began to spin him in a circle until his legs lifted off into the air. With his arms outstretched and spinning faster, Miguel actually squealed a little. I'm flying! The rabbit is making me fly! Look at me, everybody, look at me! I feel like I'm flying." And the saddest looking kid of the bunch was now laughing his head off. I felt good. I felt like a good person. So that's what it's like. All of a sudden I felt unridiculous. All the pain that this volunteering had led to had become worth it. I gave some kids some jelly beans, made a few kids laugh. There's something for me to learn from every person's story. I thought maybe if my life is built on suffering a little bit every day, maybe... And then my paw gloves slipped off of my sweaty hands and Miguel went flying across the grass until he landed in a spread eagle belly flop by the sprinklers. He ended up getting the wind knocked out of him hard. Miguel lifted his little wet grassy face up crying. I stared at him frozen like I broke him. They took him into the shade. I waited for him to stop weeping. Buzzy explained to the workers what actually happened. I said, "Are you okay, Miguel? I'm so sorry." "It's okay, Easter Bunny. I'd like to do it again, but my ribs really hurt." "You're a tough guy, Miguel. I'm gonna give you my mask, so you remember me." And Buzzy whispered in my ear, "You can't, it's a rental." "Miguel, I would like to give you this colorful basket. You can put things in it." "Oh, thank you, Easter Bunny. I will put things in it. Maybe today it will be a hot dog." Miguel gave me a hug, told me I was sweaty. He said he couldn't wait for me to come back. I told him the next time he loses a tooth, I would sneak into his bedroom, beat that tooth fairy down with my lucky foot, and then we could hang out as friends when it's not so damn hot out.